Cowboys fans, tough one out there Sunday. 47-9 against the Lions. Oof. Not exactly how we drew it up, right? But hey, that's why we deep dive. We're not just doing the post-game recap here, folks. We're digging into the why. Got some great expert analysis lined up for you. But more importantly, we're going to unpack all the stuff you guys are sending our way. Because let's be honest, you're probably as baffled by this one as we are.
I think the thing that jumps out immediately is just how total this loss was. I mean, this wasn't a couple of misplays here or there. This was a complete system failure for the Cowboys and the Lions. Mm-hmm. They were just clicking on every single cylinder.
And nowhere was that system failure more obvious than on offense, right? 251 total yards for the Cowboys. I mean, you could barely get the milk from the fridge to the counter in that distance. The Lions, they nearly doubled them, 492.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, that difference in yardage, that's not just a number. It really speaks to the entire strategic battle that played out.
Yeah.
See, establishing the run in this game, it wasn't just like a bonus. It was absolutely fundamental. Both teams, how they wanted to control the pace of the game, it all started there.
So break that down for us a little, because 53 rushing yards for the Cowboys, that's not just low, that's practically non-existent.
Right, and that's where it gets really interesting,
Yeah.
because that feeds directly into what the Lions were trying to do. If Dallas can't run the ball consistently, suddenly everything's thrown off, it's 3rd and long, every single drive, their playbook shrinks.
Right.
And that Lions pass rush, they can just pin their ears back and go, they know Dak's going to have to throw.
Which leads us to those brutal 3rd and 4th down conversions, or lack thereof. 3 for 13 on 3rd down, 1 for 4 on 4th. It's like they kept slamming face first into a wall out there.
More than just a wall. It's like
Yeah.
the cascading effect.
Yeah.
You know, each one of those failed conversions, it wasn't just an isolated play. They were symptoms of this bigger strategic failure, right? Dallas could not, for the life of them, stay ahead of the chains. And what does that do? Puts an insane amount of pressure on Dak Prescott.
Speaking of pressure, we got to talk about Dak's performance. 3 interceptions. That's not the Dak we're used to seeing. Not even close.
Nope. And look, some folks are going to point the finger at the O-line.
Yeah.
And yeah, Dak was sacked 4 times. That's not nothing. But when you really watch the film, there's something else at play here. He was holding onto the ball for way, way too long, almost hesitant.
So are we saying this is a Dak problem, O-line problem, some unholy combination of the two?
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing articles blaming everyone down to the water boy here.
I think, honestly, it's more nuanced than just pointing fingers. Like it or not, football is a team sport. And the quarterback, even a talent like Dak, he's reliant on the guys around him. Were there protection breakdowns? Oh, absolutely. But there were also missed reads, dropped passes, this feeling of, I don't know, just general confusion on the Cowboys' offense. It makes you think there's some deeper issues going on there.
It's like that whole offense, they just wandered into quicksand out there, and every time they tried to move, they just, sunk a little deeper.
Oof, yeah. That's a powerful image. And it really gets at the mental side of a game like this too, right? Once a team starts doubting themselves, those mistakes, they snowball fast. And that's kind of what we saw with the Cowboys, I think.
Yeah, and look, it's easy to focus on everything going wrong for Dallas here. But we got to give credit where credit is due, right? The Lions, they didn't just benefit from the Cowboys' collapse, they dominated.
No question. And they came in with a plan, you could tell.
Oh.
And they executed it perfectly. Jared Goff, 308 yards, 3 touchdowns. He really showed what he can do when he's in his element, making smart decisions under pressure, extending plays.
And it wasn't just Goff either. David Montgomery, it's like he was possessed back there, ran for 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. The Cowboys D, they had absolutely no answer for him.
Right. Montgomery's performance, I think, speaks volumes about this commitment to a balanced attack from the Lions. Even when they were up big, they didn't just become one-dimensional, They stuck to the game plan, ran the ball effectively, 184 yards on the ground as a team, kept that Cowboys defense guessing, off balance the whole game.
Oh, and how about Jameson Williams? Can't leave him out of the conversation. Averaged a ridiculous 25 yards per catch. It felt like every time he touched the ball, bam, something explosive happened.
And that's the thing. Williams is the perfect illustration of how the Lions exploited those weaknesses we were talking about with the Cowboys. Dallas is so worried about the run game, they completely forget about a talent like Williams on the outside. His speed, his route running, it was just too much for that Cowboys secondary. They couldn't handle it.
It's like they were playing chess, but the Lions were always like 5 moves ahead. They did their homework, man, came prepared, ready to take advantage of every single mismatch.
100%. This wasn't just about individual players having good games. This was coaching. This was strategy. This was execution. Plain and simple. The Lions, they were the more disciplined team out there.
Right.
and they made the Cowboys pay for every mistake, every hesitation.
And speaking of mistakes, can we talk about that second quarter for a sec? Brutal. 20 unanswered points from the Lions. It was like watching a dam break.
Oh, yeah, that was the turning point for sure. It's one thing to fall behind, but the Cowboys, it's like they completely unraveled. Their body language, the play calling, everything just screamed frustration.
Yeah, like they were desperately flipping through the playbook, but nothing was making sense anymore. And the Lions, on the other side, they're hitting their stride, man. They can smell it.
Right. And that's what separates the good teams from the great ones, you know. They could have let up, taken their foot off the gas, run out the clock. But they didn't. They kept the pressure on, and the Cowboys just had zero answers.
So we've talked about the offensive struggles, the defensive mismatches, but for all the folks listening at home who maybe haven't had a chance to fire up the game tape themselves, what were some of the key plays, those real aha moments that really illustrate how this game got away from the Cowboys?
You know, there's one that sticks out in my mind. It's early in the second quarter. Lions are already up 10-3. They come out in this, like, really run-heavy formation, right? But then Goff fakes the handoff, rolls out, finds Hawkinson wide open in the end zone for the touchdown.
Okay, so unpack that for us. Why is that play so significant? What'd you see there?
Well, it kind of sums up the whole game, honestly. The Lions, they used the Cowboys' expectations against them. Dallas was so fixated on stopping the run, they completely forgot about Hawkinson. And he made him pay. That's the kind of play calling, that strategic thinking that wins games at this level.
And it wasn't just a one-time thing either. Time and time again, the Lions were ready for whatever the Cowboys threw at them. They were reading the defense, calling audibles, anticipating, always a step ahead, like you said. It's like they hacked into the Cowboys playbook or something.
Yeah, it's that preparation meets opportunity thing, you know. The Lions, they clearly came in ready to exploit those weaknesses, the stuff we talked about. But it's more than that. They capitalized on those little shifts in momentum, those in-game adjustments. That's what the really great teams do. They control the story of the game.
So look, we've broken down those offensive struggles for Dallas, the defensive mismatches, but I gotta ask, for all the Cowboys fans out there listening right now, is this like a one-time thing? Did the Lions just catch lightning in a bottle, or is this a sign of something worse, a pattern we're starting to see?
That is the million-dollar question, isn't it? And honestly, the answer's probably somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
I don't think it's time to panic just yet. But this game, it definitely exposed some cracks in the foundation for Dallas. They got to figure out this run game. They got to protect Dak better, and they got to learn how to adjust when things aren't going their way. If they don't,
it could be a long season.
Exactly.
So, Cowboys, back to the drawing board, back to basics. Yeah. But what about the Lions? Are they for real? Was this a fluke, or are they the team to beat in the NFC?
They've been building something special in Detroit, and this win, this was a statement. But the real test is consistency. Can they bring that same energy, that same execution week in and week out? That's what separates the contenders from the pretenders. They beat the Cowboys, yeah, but can they hang with the best of the best? We'll see.
I guess that's why they play the games, right?
You said it.
All right, so for both these teams, the real work starts now. Cowboys got to find their footing. Lions got to prove they're here to stay. But for everyone listening, I think this game was a good reminder. Every single Sunday in the NFL is a news story. New upsets, new heroes. Those did that just happen? Moments that keep us coming back for more.
That's the beauty of it, isn't it? This league, it's unpredictable, it's exciting, and no matter how much film you watch, how many stats you crunch, there's always that element of surprise.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So for all you armchair quarterbacks and fantasy gurus out there, keep your playbooks handy, your eyes glued to the screen, and most importantly, keep those minds open. Because if this game taught us anything, it's that in the NFL, anything can happen.
Hey, listeners! If you've enjoyed today's episode of The Good Advice Giver, then don't forget to hit that download button and follow us for more insightful conversations that help you level up your life. Whether it's improving your business strategies, mastering personal development, or finding the best ways to boost productivity, we've got you covered every step of the way. Today's episode was packed with advice on how to overcome obstacles and navigate challenges, and we'll continue bringing you more episodes filled with actionable tips and expert interviews. By following the podcast, you'll never miss out on fresh content that's designed to inspire and empower you. Don't forget to download this episode so you can listen anytime, anywhere. Whether you're commuting, hitting the gym, or taking a break, the Good Advice Giver will be right there with you to offer guidance and motivation. And here's your next step. Share this podcast with someone who could use a boost or some solid advice. Let's grow this community together. Your support helps us continue to bring you more of the advice you need to achieve success and live your best life. So, download, follow, and share today. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode of The Good Advice Giver.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.